Deebo Samuel. Not playing this week, not playing next week. He's on IR. He's going to start practicing next week. But they're saying they hope he can come back week 5 against the Dolphins. This makes sense to me. The way I perceived the injury situation week 1, the Niners were really hoping he would play against the Cardinals. It's a divisional game. They ended up losing it. It was an important game. Divisional games are almost like a game and a half, 2 games. They wanted him to play in that game. He was practicing, and then something happened. They said he had a setback. He started feeling soreness that didn't go away, shut him down, put him on IR. So to me, they made a mistake rushing him back for week 1. I understand why they did that, if they did that, because again, divisional game, but long season, you're going to win a lot of games theoretically. You don't want to jeopardize his entire season. And with a foot injury and a wide receiver, that's something that could shut down your entire season. Look at Trent Taylor last year. Initially, it seemed like he'll be back week 1, and then he'll be back week 4. And it was like, nope, setback. His setbacks were because of they were using the wrong screws during surgery. But things can happen with a wide receiver. If you bring him back too quickly and his foot hasn't fully healed and he's running routes full speed, you could put more stress on that bone that hasn't fully healed yet and have a setback. So what they need to do is be as cautious as possible with Deebo. And on that note, I'm not so sure he's going to come back week 5. We'll see if he comes back week 5. To me, what the report is, week 5 at the earliest. So it's wait and see. If the Niners lose today and lose next week and they're 1-3, will they bring back Deebo because they're desperate, or will they say, hey, this season's going nowhere? Or if they win today and win next week and they're 3-1, will they bring back Deebo week 5? Or will they be like, well, we still don't need him. We're fine. Let's be cautious. We're 3-1. Let's take it easy with Deebo. Make sure he doesn't hurt his foot. Because remember, Deebo has a history of breaking bones. Not soft tissue stuff as much. He broke a leg in college. He plays very hard. He throws his body into defenders. So you got to make sure this doesn't happen again, that you can have him for a prolonged stretch in this season. Because if he comes back and gets hurt, the Niners are – if they don't have Deebo Samuel this year, it's going to be hard to get back to the Super Bowl. The way I saw it was he was the X factor last year. They lost a lot of games with George Kittle, but when Deebo Samuel was on the team, that offense was top 5 in the league. His end around was nearly impossible to stop. It made the rest of the running game better. He made the whole offense better. Running game, passing game. They need him. They don't need him today. They don't need him next week against the Eagles. They may not need him the week after that against the Dolphins. I mean, I don't know. What do you think of the Dolphins? So smart. It seems the Niners are being very cautious with injuries right now. Like they were thinking about maybe pushing George Kittle to play in this game, and then they had an epiphany like, on this surface, after Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas tore their ACLs, why? Just so you won't start 1-2? I mean, it seems like a must-win game, but the 1981 49ers were 1-2. Then they pretty much ran the table, went 13-3, won the Super Bowl. It can be done. You don't want to lose Deebo. You don't want to lose George Kittle for the year because you're afraid of going 1-2. Believe in your depth.